Office workers are greener at home because of the fact that they're able to make the decisions themselves, and unless perhaps they've got a teenager around to actually upset things, they can decide where they want to put their recycling bin, they can separate waste out themselves into the different streams, and they can make sure they switch off things that aren't in use. It's important because offices are actually responsible for about 9% of energy use and rather a higher percentage of waste, particularly of waste paper. And offices can therefore benefit in two ways by moving to a greener environment. Firstly, they can save cash, and secondly, they can reduce emissions that will actually limit the chance of dangerous climate change. Despite the difficult economic circumstances, it's actually quite a good time for companies to start trying to be greener and focus on the environment, because there are very quick wins that can be made requiring very little investment up front that will immediately benefit in terms of producing lower bills and actually a lot of the time a happier workforce as well. National Energy Foundation was set up around 20 years ago to allow individuals and companies to use less energy, either through improving energy efficiency or through simple behavioural change, and also to then encourage the introduction of greener energy into the UK. Things like solar water heating, ground source heat pumps and photovoltaics, which is generating electricity from the sun. Our top tip from the energy side would be to actually check that you've got power management enabled on your computers so that they switch themselves off when they're not being used. Don't assume that you're going to need to be left on all the time, otherwise you'll lose work. You won't. Modern day computers are actually very good at powering down and then they come back on quite quickly when you need them to. Another good tip is to make sure that you actually arrange your office so that you make maximum use of natural daylight and give people individual desk lamps rather than having strip lights lighting the entire office all day, every day. Another good tip in the office is to look at buying greener electricity, and you can do that through a new government-backed scheme called the Green Energy Scheme, and that will enable you to use less polluting electricity in your office or at home as well.